Hey, we're back for part 2. It's been sitting roughly 15 minutes, a little shy actually. But we'll set our camera down here again, hopefully out of the wind. I really can't tell because I'm too lazy to check and all that sort of stuff. But next to the railroad tie on the rocks here by the sidewalk, and there is a little bit of seafoam still sitting in the intake pipe right in front of the throttle body that didn't get sucked into the engine, probably because I wasn't stopping up the RPM too high in there, but it'll get sucked in and do its thing, whatever. But amidst the wind, hopefully we'll see a good couple of puffs of smoke coming out of the back of the car, so we'll give her a shot. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good blast out of it. I'm sure the engine is nice and happy now. There's still a little bit of smoke puffing out of there, but the wind's blowing it. You know how it goes. And the trunk was open because it was stinky. Had some stuff leak in there, unfortunately, and it happened to be stagnant soda, as in like root beer, cherry Pepsi and stuff. Yes, that stuff goes bad. I had a bad case of soda from Costco, and I went to pull it out of the trunk after I got home, picked it up sideways, and nasty soda that had leaked in there dumped sideways out of the case and smelled awful, and still trying to air it out. It's been in Mexico for the last week, so it's gotten a little less stinky since then, but better give it some air. Anyway, we'll go for a little drive and pump out the rest of the Seafoam, and once we get back we'll see how much crap's coming out of it. So guess I'll take you guys along for the ride. Yeah, about this car, it's a 2004 Kia Spectra. It's got approximately 95,014 miles on it. No, I guess that's exactly, not approximately. Let's see here, how long have I had it? Yeah, I've had it for like 5 years, maybe 6 years. I bought it shortly after I started building locomotives for a living. A little bit of pollen on the windshield, sorry. That car's been sitting for a little over a week. It's been a real good car. I had 32,000 on it when I bought it. Transmission needs a little work. I think one of the bands is a little burned up in there or something, but I don't know too much about transmissions, so could be a lot of things wrong with it, but it slips and clunks a little bit. Mostly has to do with the fact that I waited way too long to change the fluid in it. I've changed the fluid in it once since I've owned it, so that tells you a little about why the tranny probably isn't the greatest shape, because I was not so mechanically savvy a few years ago, nor did I have the space or facilities to change the fluid myself, or the money to pay somebody else to do it. So now my tranny has suffered as a result. For the most part, it drives along just fine. You can see there, it wasn't slipping or clunking on me or nothing at all, and that was 0 to 40 miles an hour, going so fast. But everything works fine. It's when you're stomping on it, trying to catch up on the freeway, that it starts slipping and clunking and frustrating you, all that sort of stuff. Here we are, beautiful Idaho, going south on Cole Road. Any of you guys watching this that know anything about Idaho probably have a pretty good idea of where I live now, so please don't rob me. Going for a walk. I live in a pretty nice suburb. It's about 30 years old. My house was built in '78. Homeowners Association is long gone, which is why I can get away with parking so many vehicles on the street. The neighbors, as you can imagine, aren't too crazy about it. I had the guy across the street, real nice guy. He's an online professor, he works from home. He came over one day and he's like, oh, you know, we used to have this homeowners association in here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll bet you did. And I'm like, yeah, you'd actually be in violation having these vehicles on the road. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like, you don't give a shit, do you? And I said, nope, I don't. So he laughed, but he wasn't too worried about it. I mean, obviously it's an eyesore, but he doesn't exactly maintain his property so well, so he's well aware of the fact that he doesn't have too much room to talk. But anyway, nice guy, nice guy. I understand why the neighbors hate it, though. It's ugly. Having cars all over the place. They invite their friends over, and you know, there's hardly anywhere for them to park except around the corner, because I've got, like, you know, from 3 or 4 vehicles sitting on the road all at one time. And then we've got the 2 ugly old beat up 1-ton trucks on the driveway that I keep telling the neighbors I'm actually doing something with. Just haven't quite gotten around to those projects yet on account of the trailer in the garage, which, hey, I need to finish that thing too. We'll get around to that one of these days. Wife and I, I've got another week off of work. We decided we're going to go camping in Cascade, Idaho. We were planning on road tripping around Oregon, but unfortunately, after our wonderful vacation, or honeymoon, sorry, in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, we spent a lot of money down there, and the wedding. Hey, look, a buzzard. Yeah, we can't afford to go road tripping anywhere right now. Wherever we went, you know, we probably spent around $400 or $500 worth of fuel, and that's about how much money we've got until next payday. So here. We just passed the entrance for birds of prey. If anybody knows what that is, it's a conservatory, I guess, for birds of prey. There's a sign for it there. Pretty famous spot here in Boise. I've never been there, but everybody else I know has been. Up on the hill here, I guess this is a vulture or something. He's eating a rabbit. Poor little rabbit. I don't know, his head looks kind of like a chicken. So, tell me what kind of bird that is. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with all the native species in the place that I live. But up on the hill here, looking over southwest Boise, Idaho. Beautiful place. It's a nice day. It's about, probably about 72 degrees outside, I would guess. Wind's blowing. It's a pretty nice day. Clear skies, wavy trees. Good place to live. Lots of Californians winding up here in Boise, Idaho, though, but I can't say much because this is, my parents came from California to Idaho. So I'm a native Californian, although I was risen here in Boise. Lived out in Caldwell for a couple years. What a dump that was. We lived in a trailer in Garden City. What a dump that was. I think it was Hell's Angels across the street from us. They had a place there, always working on bikes, having raging parties. Never, according to my parents, never came over and bothered us. I was a little kid then. Never caused us any problems, other than a little bit of noise here and there, but you know, not like we were about to call and complain. They're a motorcycle gang, so yeah. I just continue rambling about that. Anyway, we're just a short ways from home here. Oh, look at this. What's this guy hauling? A couple of them inflatable pontoon boats. I don't know what you call those things. River rafts of sorts. Seemed like quite a load for that little Ford Ranger. And this part of the subdivision here is pretty nice, other than all the weeds in these couple of properties here. But you go into this subdivision, all the real well made houses, nice layout, nice joint. We got all this new construction crap over here. We're eating up the farmland with subdivisions like crazy out here. I don't know where our food's going to be coming from in the next 10 years or so, but it's not going to be nearby. There's an alfalfa field right there. There's a couple of cornfields down the hill. So at least I know some of my corn is locally grown, but I don't know. I digress. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm not going to show you the street signs here because I have so many stalkers. Right. Pretty good hood. Oh, by the way, I love beef. I got this hairbrush sitting on my dash, but I cut my hair off about, I don't know, a month and a half ago because I was tired of it and it looked bad, and figured I'm 24 and my career is advancing at work and I need to act a little more mature and professional. Pull out the lip rings. I'm sure you can see the holes in my lip there. These people got a garden next to their sidewalk. They usually grow a whole lot of stuff in those couple of boxes they got there. Been tempted to pick some of their onions because I tried growing onions one year and didn't know what I was doing. Planted onion seeds and wound up with onion bulbs and chives. And I was like, oh, what? I don't understand. And then, so they told me, yeah, they don't work that way. It's like, oh, crap. So I bought onion bulbs this year, so I should have some good onions. But I'm not a thief, so I didn't steal my neighbor's onions. Although something tells me they probably wouldn't have cared, because they usually, as they pick stuff, they'll just leave it sitting there. I think they want people to take it. Or they never left out a sign for it, so whatevs. Anyway, I'll park the car here. Back her up. Try not to hit the big 2-ton truck, because it ain't gonna hurt the truck, it's just gonna mess up my car. The thing I love about having old Chevy trucks, if anybody ever runs into me, whatever damage it does to my vehicle will be, oh yeah, I need to, well, we'll set the camera down, start it back up, see if we get any poofs. I won't know until I watch the video later, but we'll set you down here and see what we get. There we go. I really doubt anything more's coming out. It seems to be pretty clean. I'm sure that was pretty good purge for it. I don't know for sure, but this thing really sounds like the valves are making less noise now. Before we took out for a vacation, I noticed the valves were... The engine was getting a little rattly, but it doesn't seem to be the case now. Rattly at idle anyways. Anyway, thanks for watching.